The moment I saw my daughter's faces freeze in terror, I knew I'd crossed a line I could never uncross. My ex-wife Sarah and I split up about 2 years ago. We have twin girls, Lily and Maya, who just turned 8. The divorce wasn't pretty, but we managed to build something that worked. She'd pick them up every other Friday evening for a weekend. This particular Friday, she arrived around 6. The girls were bouncing off the walls with excitement because Sarah had promised them a trip to that new indoor adventure park. They've been showing me videos all week, practically begging me to take them myself. When Sarah's car pulled into the driveway, I noticed someone in the passenger seat. Some guy I'd never seen before, probably in his 30s, wearing a polo shirt with the collar flipped up. The girls sprinted out to the car, and this stranger got out to help them load their bags. Sarah and I had made a promise after the divorce. Any new partners will be introduced to the other parent first before meeting the kids. It wasn't about control or jealousy. It was about knowing who would be around our daughters. But there she was, throwing that agreement out the window without warning. I walked up to the car and asked if we could talk. Sarah sighed and told me they were running late for dinner reservations. I kept my voice steady and said, I just want to know who this person was, since he'd clearly be spending time with Lily and Maya. That's when everything fell apart. Sarah got immediately defensive, snapping that I didn't get to dictate her personal life anymore. I was doing everything I could to stay calm because the girls were standing right there, watching us. Then Mr. Polo Shirt inserted himself into the conversation. He actually said, hey buddy, maybe you should just trust Sarah's judgment here. Something inside me snapped. I turned on Sarah, interrupted. I was shouting about how reckless she was being, how we had rules for exactly this reason, how she couldn't even tell me this guy's name before putting him in a car with our children. My voice was so loud that my neighbor came out on her porch to see what was happening. The girls stood there completely still. Lily started crying. Maya grabbed her sister's hand. They looked absolutely terrified, and it wasn't because of the stranger. It was because of me, because their father was screaming in the driveway like a maniac. Sarah's face went pale. She quickly told the girls to get in the car. She looked at me with an expression I'll never forget, part anger, part disappointment, part something else I couldn't name. We'll talk about this later, she said quietly. They drove away, and I just stood there feeling like the worst father in the world. I'd become exactly what I'd always feared, one of those divorced parents who puts their own rage before their children's emotional safety. About an hour later, my phone started buzzing. Messages from Lily using Sarah's phone. She was asking if I was okay, if I was still angry, and whether she and Maya had done something to upset me. Reading those words felt like someone had reached into my chest and squeezed my heart. I spent the entire weekend replaying that scene. The fear in their eyes, how small and helpless they looked while I screamed at their mother. I kept remembering my own childhood, how my parents would fight in front of me, and how I'd promised myself I would never do that to my own kids. Sunday evening, Sarah called. She was still angry, but there was hurt in her voice too. She told me the guy's name was Derek. He taught at the elementary school where she worked as an administrator. They'd been seeing each other for 3 months. She said she'd actually been planning to tell me about him that weekend, but wanted the girls to meet him first in a relaxed, natural way. Then she said something that absolutely destroyed me. The girls asked me if you still love them, Michael. They think you were angry at them for wanting to spend time with me. I asked if I could talk to them immediately, but Sarah said they were already in bed and that maybe I should take some time to think about what I actually wanted to say. She was right. I needed to figure out how to repair the damage I caused. Monday morning, I drove to their school during lunch period. After explaining the situation to the principal, she allowed me to see the girls in the counselor's office. When Lily and Maya walked in, they both looked anxious, like they thought I'd come to yell at them again. I knelt down so I was at their eye level.